Prime Collector Series is live. All you gotta do is go to the store, get the bottle, scan the QR code on the side, and enter the code in the cap, and you can win $1 million.
3 years ago, Logan Paul, KSI, and their energy drink Prime hit the market like a digital tsunami. It wasn't just a launch, it was a takeover. Every influencer was sipping it, schools were banning it, and kids were fighting in line just to grab a bottle.
Oh, bro, when you drink it, you're gonna come, bro. Whoa. That's how good it is, bro. Instant ejaculation.
People seriously thought this was the next billion-dollar beast that Coca-Cola or Pepsi would snatch up in a heartbeat. But fast forward 2 years, it's been nothing but lawsuits, drama, and a long, messy slide down from that influencer high. From shocking reports of so-called forever chemicals lurking in the ingredients, to legal threats coming in hot, to even catching beef with literal global icons. Yes, we're talking about that Cristiano Ronaldo moment that blew up online. Prime's been catching smoke from every angle. Now the hype has fizzled, and the so-called GOAT of hydration is sitting sad on Walmart clearance shelves. Yup, people went from flipping bottles on eBay to walking right past them in aisle 6. So what happened? How did the golden child of influencer marketing?
When do you guys just say, fuck it?
The honest answer, when we both hit that B.
I'm out this bitch when I hit that B.
I'm out.
And you're gonna see it unhinged, unfiltered.
Yo, I can't wait, Jake.
Crash this hard. And is there any chance Logan and KSI can revive this sinking ship before it's too late? Let's break it down, because the downfall of Prime isn't just bad, it's embarrassing. From the jump, it's been crystal clear. Prime isn't just a brand to Logan Paul and KSI. It's the golden ticket, especially for Logan, who's been loud about one thing. He wants to be a billionaire. Not rich, billionaire. And in his eyes, Prime was the quickest way to get there.
Inshallah, things go the right way. We're headed one direction, and that direction is to become the legacy brand that will be taking a massive chunk of the market.
The blueprint, simple but aggressive, turned Prime into a legit threat to the hydration kings.
Try to disrupt well-established industries that have big heads already at the table. They don't want you to sit at that table, because that means you're taking money out of their pocket.
Gatorade, Powerade, Body Armor. Build enough clout, grab enough shelf space, dominate the youth, then cash out big when a giant like Coca-Cola or Pepsi comes calling. That's the play. And Logan, he wasn't just dreaming small. The man owns around 20% of Prime, meaning he was banking on a $5 billion buyout just to walk away with that billionaire badge. KSI, too. He'd be sitting on generational wealth if the plan actually worked. And Logan's hustle? Unmatched. He shoved Prime into everything. From viral fights to podcast sets, merch drops to weddings. Heck, he even used his wife's pregnancy announcement to double as a Prime promo stunt.
And of course, we have our snacks and our energy drink, none other than the greatest meals in the world. Lunchly, of course, we have the turkey, cheese, and cracker stack. Also the Fiesta Nachos, my personal favorite.
Love.
That family moment came wrapped in a Prime bottle. No shame, no chill, just pure promo. But let's be real. No amount of flashy ads, influencer collabs, or Logan Paul antics is gonna save Prime now. This thing's in free fall. If Prime were a rocket, it's not just crashing, it's nosediving, engines fried, flames trailing behind it like a bad meme. It's plummeting faster than Megamind's hairline. Yeah, it's that bad.
Going in, Megamind, all right. Your forehead grew larger. Bro, are these forehead jokes just gonna be me for the rest of my life?
To really grasp how deep this fall is, look at the UK, once Prime's biggest flex. Now, it's a graveyard for the brand. Reports say profits over there tanked 90% in just a year, from £3 million down to a pathetic £300,000. That's not a drop, that's a collapse. And sure, yeah, some will argue profit numbers can be tricky because of shifting expenses. But the revenue, that's where it hurts most. In the US, Prime sales were already down over 50% in just the first half of 2024. But the UK, that's a whole different level of ugly. Their revenue sank 70% in a year, falling from £112.2 million in 2023 to just £32.8 million in 2024. That's not just a red flag. That's a 5-alarm fire in aisle 5.
Today, I'd like to pitch you Prime Hydration.
Okay.
Prime Hydration was developed to...
This drop is so extreme, Prime just became one of the fastest crashing consumer goods in the entire food and drink industry. Now here's where things get even messier, because there's an active lawsuit right now that kind of exposes Prime's real mindset behind closed doors. And it totally contradicts their, "Oh, this decline was expected" act. If they truly saw this dip coming, why are they scrambling in court like their brand's on life support?
Why can't this be the next Gatorade? Like literally, Gatorade is so fucking archaic, and our thesis was to create a better for you hydration beverage. We did it. We were right. People bought it. They like it. They agree with us. Like there's no reason you should be drinking 150 plus calorie drink with 27 grams of sugar in it if you want to hydrate. That's insane.
Ooh, smells a bit high.
What is that flavour you got there?
Tropical punch, it says.
Oh, Jesus.
Loosely. You've just come from the Maldives.
It's like swallowing perfume. What is that?
From an investor's view, this is a red flag the size of a billboard. It's bad optics, plain and simple. Why would any serious buyer jump in now? When Prime was rising fast, it looked like a threat to the big dogs. But now that the threat is fading, no one's trying to catch a falling knife, especially when that knife is slicing its own profits quarter after quarter. Just compare Prime to Body Armor. That's a hydration brand done right. Body Armor spent 7 solid years leveling up before Coca-Cola even blinked. When Coke bought in back in 2018, grabbing 15% of the company, it wasn't a gamble, it was fuel. They looked at the numbers and said, let's supercharge this. Why? Because Body Armor showed consistent, sustainable growth. That's what attracts big fish. And Coke, they didn't just bring money, they brought the entire power grid, global bottling infrastructure, retail muscle, exclusive manufacturing pipelines, stuff Prime doesn't have. Once Coca-Cola partnered with Body Armor, it was like throwing gasoline on a fire, in the best way possible. From 2018 to 2019, sales exploded with 180% growth. By 2021, that number had doubled again. Coca-Cola was so impressed, they didn't hesitate. They went all in and bought the remaining 85% of the company in a massive full takeover.
Well, this is a big opportunity for Body Armor because they're now going to be within the Coca-Cola bottling system. It's a 1-2 punch from Coke.
That's what real growth looks like. Body Armor had been clocking 50% plus increases nearly every single year, and in some cases, blowing past 150%. Now, when a brand is scaling like that, everything gets cheaper. Bulk manufacturing cuts the cost per unit, distribution gets faster, and margins get juicier. It becomes a well-oiled machine. But Prime, yeah, this is where things went off the rails.
Keep it, bro. It's as if it's like, was it Supreme? People want
That's what it feels like. It feels like a hypebeast product.
Bro, people don't want to throw it in the bin.
Hard. Because while they were flexing on social media and acting like the next Gatorade, behind the scenes, they were failing to meet expectations. And now, Prime's tangled in a nasty $67 million lawsuit from Refresco, one of the biggest bottling companies in the game.
Local families we talked to said the craze sparked a secondhand market in some schools, with students reselling single bottles for a profit.
Maybe young children might feel like, because it's colourful, you know, it's bright, they might think, oh yeah, that looks so cool.
I just think it's because famous people are like,
yeah, the influencers.
Yeah, like influencing it, and like everyone believes them.
Allegedly, Prime backed out of a major deal because they straight up couldn't hit the volume they promised. Translation, they didn't believe they could actually sell enough bottles to meet their own hype. That's brutal. And here's the wild part. This deal was made back when Prime sales were still strong. So if they were already panicking about future demand during the high point, zooming out even more, here's where Prime really fumbled the bag. They never figured out what their brand actually was. From day one, it was Logan Paul and KSY's Wild Ride. The whole hype was built around them. 2 internet icons, a so-called limited supply energy drink, and chaos marketing that made it feel like Prime was gold.
Let's get to the formula again and kind of round this out. So we have, again, the basis of the whole thing is essentially that this is not an actual electrolyte formula, rather it is a potassium drink with sucralose. That is what it is. Like, that's the purpose of Prime. It is something that you can drink on a daily basis as a enjoyable drink. That is what it is. It's not a actual performance-based, athlete-focused electrolyte blend. It is something that you could sip on in class, walking around, whatever, that is nearly void of calories that taste good.
Kids were treating it like street currency in the UK, flipping bottles like they were Yeezys. But once the dust settled, they flooded the shelves with flavor after flavor after flavor, and now the market's tired. Everyone who wanted to try Prime already has. That curiosity buzz, gone, dead. Even regular customers are backing off. Stats show returning buyers are buying less than before. That's not growth, that's burnout. Let's be real. Have you ever seen a full-grown adult casually sipping a Prime? Didn't think so. Outside of social media stunts and gym bag flexes, the drink barely exists in real life. Most people see it in towering piles on clearance racks, marked down and untouched. That's a death sentence for brand image. When shoppers see something collecting dust.
All right, we'll start off with the Lunchables.
Bro, I'm sorry, that's trash. All right, now we're trying Lunchly. Come on. We're not biased at all, but ours is way better.
The hydration beverages that are on the market right now are like either A, not good for you, B, taste like shit, or C, are archaic as fuck. Gatorade's been around for 15 years, has 120 calories. It's so high in sugar, it's fucking garbage.
Yeah, man.
Why has no one effectively made a drink that is actually better for you and is affordable and tastes good?
UK shows up. Shit.
They assume it's trash. That's basic supply and demand psychology. And here's the biggest identity crisis of all. Who is this drink for? Is it supposed to fuel elite athletes mid-game? Or is it a school lunchbox gimmick for kids who watch YouTubers? The truth is, Prime was built on celebrity clout and chaotic hype, but never on substance. They banked everything on Logan Paul and KSI's faces, instead of making the product stand on its own. And let's be honest, a solid brand doesn't need to throw shade at the competition just to shine. But that's been their whole strategy. Cheap shots and influencer flexing. Even Mr. Beast's been dipping into the food and drink game, and he's following the same weird playbook. Throw money at flashy marketing, trash talk rivals, and hope it sticks. It's corny. It's desperate. And for Prime, it backfired hard. To make it worse, actual health professionals have torn into their claims about being some miracle, healthier sports drink. Spoiler alert, most of it doesn't hold up. That label might say hydration, but the science, not so hydrated. At the end of the day, Prime bit off way more than it could chew. They scaled too fast, cut corners, and had zero foundation beyond internet stardom. Now they're stuck in lawsuits, their sales are tanking, and that dream of $1 billion buyout, probably never gonna happen. But now I wanna hear from you. Have you ever actually tried Prime? Do you still drink it? And be real, do you even know one adult who drinks this stuff regularly? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you made it this far, sound off in the comments. Is Prime officially done, or is this just a rebrand away from a comeback? Make sure to like, share, and subscribe if you want more deep dives like this.